Okay, Carlos, so while we wait for the rest of the class, tell me, how was your weekend?
Good. My brother is already inside, but he's a dumb, so he was in the another
He was in another
class.
place.
Yeah, remember you remember the day that we started in the I think we started in Gavi's um room. You see,
Yeah.
there's the dumb.
Okay, so what did you do?
Oh, this weekend was a good weekend. There was some family from Hermosillo came here to the house. So we start party on Thursday and we finish on Sunday.
Carne asada.
Everything. So I got like a hangover for 5 days. I think so.
Really?
I'm the second day, so
Okay.
it's still three more.
Did you work today?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, today's Tuesday. Yesterday. How was yesterday?
yeah, it was a good day. It was so tired for the so many days that we have party here, but this was okay.
Was it a special occasion or?
No, they stay a lot of time inside his house because the COVID.
Oh.
So they asked if they want to go out of his house, so they came to Magdalena.
Mm-hmm.
So they stay here. It was only us,
Mm-hmm.
but we spent a good time.
It was fun. Okay.
Yeah.
So while we wait for the rest of the group, let's see if in the next minutes we have them. So Cristian,
Okay.
how was your weekend?
Hi, how are you, teacher? This is very good actually because my mom visited me.
Okay. So
She,
your brothers, were you in the same party thing?
no, he's in Magdalena. I am here in Florida.
Oh, and your mom went with the, okay, nice. Yeah. So what did you do?
We have a mini vacation. We traveled to Gainesville. Do you know where is the university for gators? It's
No.
a blue crocodile. It is very important in USA.
Okay.
Famous. It's very famous. Actually, if this university was a country, is it right? Si
Con-
fuera un país,
uh-huh.
he have a more medals to all the Latin America for Olympic Games.
Nice. And the Olympics are about to start, right? This week or next week, I guess.
I think next week, yeah.
Uh, so cool. Okay. Well, we have one more student. Hi, Gabriela. How are you? How was your weekend?
Hi, fine.
Fine.
It was good.
It was
Yes.
okay. Relax, or did you have a fun weekend?
Actually, I go out with some friends. We went to uh, a river,
Uh-huh.
to a river to do some hiking too.
Hiking. Okay, nice. How was the weather? Good?
Good. It was very good.
Okay, perfect. So let's start with the class then. Today we are going to start with with another topic of grammar, but before we go with the grammar, well, let me share the screen. Okay, so last week we were working or talking about real situations, right? That how can I express situations that are
Excuse me, teacher. Where
yes,
we are?
9-2 second conditional.
Thank you. And 9 2 second. And grammar or
Grammar.
speaking?
We're gonna start with grammar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So last week we were talking about how to use the first conditional, and remember I told you we are going to use it to talk about real things, right? For example, real effects or real results, like cause and effect. For example, if you do something, something will happen. And that's what I use it. I use present tense with the if clause, and then I use will with the result clause. For example, again, if I give a class, I will get students, for example, like cause and effect. And I can start like backwards. I will go to the school if I if I am not on vacation, for example. So it's like present tense with the if clause and will with the result clause. All of this is real. Now, the second conditional is focused on imaginary situations. We saw a little bit about it in the last class. So this is the conditional or the sentences or the structure we're gonna use when we are talking about situations that are not real, that are in our imagination or are very, very difficult to happen or are not possible in the present. For example, we'd get soaked if we went outside, let's say home. So here it is imagining what will happen. So this is a structure. I'm using the would. This is the way we contracted. Will plus the infinitive form of the verb, and then with the if, I'm going to use the past tense. Okay, what is the structure again? It is the if plus the past tense, and on the other class, I'm gonna use would or could plus the base form of the verb. Again, how can I use it? Okay, for example, if I didn't have to work tonight, I will come with you to the party. What does this sentence mean? That this person has to work. So it's impossible for this person to go to the party. So that's how or when we are going to use the second conditional. To refer or to situations, we're gonna use it in situations that are not possible for us, or when we're just imagining about that situation. In this case, it's not possible. If they like pizza, we will take them to an Italian restaurant. What does this mean? That these people, they don't like pizza. So I'm just imagining. I wouldn't do that if I were you. This is impossible because I'm not you. So I'm just imagining if I were you, I wouldn't do that. Something funny with this conditional is that in the past tense, here, for example, the verb to be, if I were you, I know that if I were me using a conditional, I will use was. For example, oh, I was at home, I was busy, I was okay. But when I'm using the second conditional, I'm always going to use where with every single subject. I wear, you wear, she wear, he wear, etc. So again, 3 different contexts when I can use the second conditional. Impossible situations, such as in the first example. Situations that are not real. And impossible, right? Use, again, when am I gonna use it? Unreal situations, which means impossible, not real at all, or unlikely situations, which means that it's not very possible. It is important to understand that using this grammar gives information about the speaker's opinion. For example, if the speaker uses first conditional, they mean the situation is real, possible, or likely in their opinion. What does this mean? Cuando uso el first conditional, which is the one that if I go to the party, I will have fun. I'm saying that that will happen. It's real or it's possible for me. But when I use the second conditional, it means that it's unreal, it's impossible, it's imaginary. What would be the difference if I say, if I go to the party, I will have fun, than if I say, if I went to the party, it will be fun. What is the difference for you?
The first one is saying that you maybe are going to go to the party, and the second one you're saying that it's like an imagination. You're not going to the party.
Exactly.
You're just saying if you went to a party, but you're not going.
Exactly.
It's not a possibility.
So exactly, that is the difference between these 2 conditionals. In the first one, I'm saying that it's possible. And everything, I mean, whenever I'm using the first or the second, it's according to me, right? It's my opinion, what I'm saying, I'm just imagining, because both of them, the if word, it is something that I'm thinking about. I mean, it is not real at this moment. I'm just saying that it's a possibility. But the difference is that with the first conditional, which is the one of the present and real, it means that it's very possible to happen. And with the second conditional, it's not possible. It's unreal or at least impossible at the moment. Let's see more examples comparing them. For example, if I see that movie, I will cry. What does it mean? Well, I mean that I know myself, and I know that if it is a sad movie, for example, and I see that it's about a romance or something that I know that I mostly cry about, so then I can say, oh, if I see it, I will cry, because I know myself and I'm just giving a prediction or something like that. It's something possible to happen. Then with the second conditional, if I saw that movie, I will cry. This means that the speaker thinks the action is unreal, impossible, or likely. Why? Because let's say that this is gonna happen. This is not really. Okay, we will focus more on the difference between the first and the second. Okay, the second conditional is used for both present and future meanings, because I'm not talking about something specific, I'm just imagining. Okay, Carlos, help me to raise the first example, please.
If I had a brother, he would have some to play with.
Okay, so this is in present, not because it is something that is happening at this moment, but because it's something that I'm talking about, a situation that I'm seeing, right? So if you had a brother, he will have someone to play with. I'm just probably seeing that this kid is bored. So I'm saying this because I consider it's a good idea. But it's not real at the moment because let's say that his mother is not pregnant, so it's not possible. Next example, Christian, please.
If I went to friends with you tomorrow, I will have a wonderful time.
Huh? So this is for future because I'm talking about a situation that will happen tomorrow. But it's impossible because even though this situation that this person is going to France, I'm not going with her or with him. So that's why it's unreal, because I'm not going. If I went, I'm just imagining that it will be very fun. Gabriela, next example, please.
She would love this food if she were here with us.
Huh? Very good. What does this mean? That she is not there. They're just, let's say that they're just imagining that it would be nice that the person were there. Next one, Manuel, please.
She will love the food if she come to the restaurant with us tonight.
Huh? What does it mean? They're just predicting that, but she's not going. That is the real part. So since she's not going, so this is not gonna happen. When can, for example, in this situation, since she's not going, that's why it's isn't real, and that's why I'm using the second conditional. But let's say that she's going. If she's going, I will say, oh, you will love the food. Why? Because she is going. Okay, when we use the second conditional, the past tense of be is where, is what I told you before. In less formal English, some people say was, but many grammar teachers believe it. This is not good grammar. So maybe you may hear people saying using was with she, he, or I, using this conditional. But the truth is that if we're talking about, if we want to speak or write grammatically correct, so we should use where instead. And as it says in here, is less formal, which means probably more like a slang or music, or people that doesn't have a very good grammar will say it. But again, where is that correct use? For example, if I were you, I would buy a nicer present for your mother. What does this mean? That she already has a present. She's showing the present to this other person. The other person apparently didn't like the present, so it's saying, if I were you, I'll buy another one, giving a suggestion, right? It's impossible because the other person is not her. He will laugh if he were here. Again, same situation as before, the other person is not there, so they're just imagining. She wouldn't understand if she were here. What does this mean? What are they saying? That the person, well, that wouldn't understand, but she's not there, so they're just imagining. It is also common to use the second conditional to talk about the opposite of the truth. If we use the second conditional to talk about the opposite of the truth, we can understand the truth because of the use of the second conditional. Remember, One use of the second conditional is to talk about things that are not real. For example, can you help me move this weekend? I would help you if I had time. What does this mean? That I will not help you because I don't have time. So if you see in the explanation of this sentence in blue, I am using the first conditional because this is real. What I have highlighted here, it's real. I will not help you because I don't have time. Here, to make it more polite, maybe I'm using the second conditional because it's the opposite of the truth. I will help you if I had time. What does this mean? I don't have time, so I'm not going to help you. Next example. Mendivil, please.
Whoa, I love the car. I will buy it if I had money.
What does this mean, Mendivil?
I will not buy it because I don't have the money.
Exactly. So again, this is very, very common to use it because we're always imagining things, or we're always talking about things that are not real, or imagining people here, or imagining if we were someone else. So this is a very useful conditional that we use a lot. So just keep on your mind this structure, right? I will present if past. Carlo, next example, please.
I will be really lonely if I didn't have friends.
What does this mean?
That's mean I'm not lonely because I have my friends.
Very good. Now, this is the last example. Tell me, guys, do you have any question about when or how to use the second conditional?
Sorry?
Do you have any question about when to use it or how to use it?
No, I'm okay.
You're okay? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So then let's go and practice with the grammar part, and then we're gonna make some, we're gonna have a little conversation to talk about random things using these structures, okay? So let's go and practice. I'm about to share the exercise with you, and here we have. It's already shared. The exercise has been shared with your students, so you can open it already. By the way, every 2 weeks, we finish a unit. So we are about to conclude this unit. What does this mean? It means that when we conclude a unit, when we finish a unit, we have an evaluation of that unit. So I want to ask you, because sometimes you prefer to have it at the end of the course, like in the very last class, to have the evaluation of both units, because we're gonna work with 2 units. Or do you prefer to have it at the end of this unit?
It's okay, like you want it.
Okay, you say up to me, but the rest of you guys, you want to have an evaluation on Thursday? Or do you prefer to have both evaluations of each unit at the very end of the course?
I prefer evaluation this Thursday.
This Thursday, okay?
One by one.
Yeah,
One
it's
by one.
okay for me, Thursday.
This Thursday. Okay, so then it means that the last 30 minutes, like at 7:30, we're gonna start having the evaluation of this unit, okay? Just for your information. Okay, so now let's open the exercise. And here it says, put the verbs into the correct tense using the second conditional. Let's start doing like the first 3 all together, and then I'll give you time for you to do it by your own, and then we're gonna check like that, okay? So here it says, I only have in parentheses the verb that I'm gonna use. Remember, the verb to be in past tense is where, because I'm using the second conditional. So if I were the medalist, I will be so happy. But if I'm using would, remember that with will, I have to use the base form of the verb. What does that mean? That I'm not gonna use where. If I here, for example, that I have it in parentheses, it means that I'm gonna just be. I will be. If I were the medalist, I will be so happy. If I were the medalist, I'd be so happy, because remember, this is like the short form. Apostrophe D means would. Okay, let's do this exercise like this letter A together. It says, if I, and then go out with them here, I catch a cold. So if I, remember the if plus goes with,
If I went,
If I went,
very good, with the past tense. If I went out with them here, I would.
I will catch. I will.
I will catch a cold. Very good. What does this mean? It means that probably this person in the present has hair, which means like she's probably just out of the shower. So she has hair. So she's probably about to dry her hair because she's going out or something. So it's she's imagining, if I went out with hair, I'll catch a cold. So she prefers to wait. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do with this exercise, okay? I'm gonna give you, I don't know, some time for you to answer it until the letter K. Please answer it to letter K. And once you're done with it, let me know, and then we're gonna share and check your answers, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. So I'll be here in case you have a question or something, but please do it individually, and then we're gonna check your answers. How are you doing? Almost done? Not yet.
Just a minute.
You finished? Did you, Gabriela?
No, teacher, not yet.
Okay. 2 more minutes. We're gonna start at 7. Okay. In case that you're still working on it. So 2 more minutes.
Teacher, I had some issue with my connection from the for the book.
It's
So
9.
what is the name?
9.2 is it? I guess it's 9.2. Let me check. It's 9.2, the second conditional.
Okay.
Okay, it's already 7. We're gonna start. We're doing it by parts, so let's. You can like just listen and open the exercise, and then continue with the second part. Okay. So let's go to the letter B. Christian, what do you have in letter B? Christian, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. But letter B. If he doesn't wear a guitarist, he will be a drummer.
Okay, I'll write it, and then we're gonna check it. He doesn't wear a guitarist. He what? Sorry.
If he doesn't wear a guitarist, no?
Uh-huh.
He will be a drummer.
He will be a drummer. Okay, so let's check one thing. Doesn't is
If he wasn't.
wasn't. Check it again. Doesn't is present, so I don't need the present tense. So like till here it's good, but you need to make it negative. How do you make it negative?
Is weren't is.
Weren't. If you weren't a guitarist, he will be a drummer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Is you said where or was?
Where? That's what I was explaining. I don't know if you were having troubles with the internet when I was explaining this. Where is always used with the second conditional. For I, for he, for she. Where is a one.
Okay.
Okay. Letter C, Gabriela.
If I had enough money, I will buy a big house.
Very good. I will buy a big house. Good. Letter D, Mendivil.
If weren't always so sure, I will wear t-shirts more often.
If it weren't always, always so chilly, I will wear t-shirts more often. Very good. Letter E. Carlo? Carlo or Carlos? Are you there? Oh, I'm sorry.
You blocked me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is it
Uh,
Carlo or Carlos?
Carlos, but I don't know why it put Carlos always. I changed the name a few times, but I don't know why. Carlos with an
Okay,
S.
Carlos. Letter E.
If the win the lottery, we travel around the world. If I won the lottery,
If we won.
we will travel around the world.
Very good. Remember, every single situation here is not real, okay? Christian, again, letter F.
If you had a better job, we could be able to buy a new car.
We could be able to buy a new car. Huh? It could be would or it could be could. Very good. Letter G, Gabriela.
If I spoke perfect English, I wouldn't be in this class.
Okay, good.
It's not the case.
I wouldn't be in this class. Good. Letter H. Manuel, would you like to try it?
Yes, sure.
Okay, go.
If it snows in the city, we will be very surprised. We'll be very surprised.
Very good. And that's true, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mendivi, letter I.
If she passed the exam, she couldn't enter university.
She couldn't enter university. Here we can say she couldn't enter university or she wouldn't be able. Be able to is the same as can. She wouldn't be able to enter university.
Sorry, but
Yeah, but this is affirmative because it's affirmative. So she could enter university.
So is if she passed or is it is if she won't pass the exam?
But here it says that it's affirmative. So
Okay.
when it is negative, it says not. So if she passed the exam, she could enter university or she will be able to enter university. Letter J, Carlos.
She be.
Here we're starting backwards. We're starting with the
Okay,
result.
She will be happier if you stop wasting your money.
Very good. She will be happier if you stop wasting your money. Very good. Letter K, Christian, the last one.
We bought a house if we want to stay here.
If we decided to stay here. Okay, very good. Next exercise. Well, all these exercises are going to be related to this conditional, but in different ways. So it says in here, correct the mistakes in each sentence. Make sure to use the second conditional in each sentence. So it says, if my house has solar power, we will save money. What is the mistake in here? That the if clause is with present. So then it will be if my house had solar power, we will save money. Okay, next example. I will probably quit my job if I won the lottery. What is the mistake in here? That I don't have to use will. If I'm using second conditional, the correct way will be I would probably quit my job if I won the lottery. Okay, do you get what you're gonna do in this exercise? It's just identify the mistake and correct it. Yes?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Feel the letter H. finish with the letter H, and then we're gonna check your answers. Let me know when you finish, okay?
Done, teacher.
Okay, one done. What about the rest of you?
What you want to start one by one?
Okay, let's start. Yeah, yes. Okay. The last person participating was Christian. Okay, so Gabriela, letter A. What do you have in letter A? It says if she is more talented, she could win the championship. What is the mistake here?
If she were more talented, she could win the championship.
Excellent. If she were. Okay, letter B, Manuel.
You will,
Mhm.
you wouldn't be able to understand me if I spoke my native language.
Very good. So the mistake is in
Would
the
you-
second class. Very good.
Yeah.
Spare me. If I spoke. Okay, just for me to not waste time, I'm just gonna write the part that you're correcting, okay? Mendivil, letter C.
If she come to my country, she will be able to understand my country's culture more.
She will be able to understand.
I have a question with
Yes.
the B sentence.
Uh-huh.
I write, I use cool
Huh?
in the first part. You couldn't be able to understand me if I would speak my native language.
It's good. We can use wouldn't or couldn't. But did
Okay.
you correct the other part? If I spoke, because it is if I
Yeah,
spoke. Uh-huh.
it's right. It's spoke.
Okay. Next, letter D, Mendivil. Again, you were the last one, right? Were you? Okay, Carlos, letter D.
If I didn't listen to upbeat music in the morning, I won't be able to wake up. If I didn't listen to upbeat music in the morning, la verdad aquí, if I didn't listen to upbeat music in the morning, I won't be able to wake up. If I didn't.
Check it again. The if clause is with the past tense, so it's good. Check the other clause.
I will not be available, something like that.
I wouldn't be able.
Wouldn't.
I wouldn't be able. Or I couldn't be able. But not, I couldn't wake up. I wouldn't be able to wake up. Okay, letter E, Christian.
They will be banned from competition if they took drugs.
Very good. They will be banned. Excellent. Letter F, Gabriela.
If we wouldn't improve our English, I think we wouldn't achieve our goals.
You use wouldn't in both of the clauses. Check it again. Check it again, check it again. Remember the rule. If, with, past, and result clause with would or could, and present tense, well, the base form. So here you have the if, and in this sentence is with future. So how should you correct it in order to be correct?
I don't know.
Okay, could you help her, guys?
This is wouldn't be.
Wouldn't be, but we have if. The if plus doesn't go with would.
Yes, if I didn't.
If I didn't. Uh-huh. If we didn't improve our English, we wouldn't achieve our goals. Letter G. Manuel?
Yes, this city will be boring if it didn't have festivals.
The city will be boring. Good. Letter H, Mendivi. Mendivi?
The apartment will be messy if I didn't clean it all the time.
Very good. If I didn't clean it. Good. Questions about this exercise? No? Okay, keep always that in mind. If with the past tense, the other clause, the result clause could be with would, or it could be with could, or wouldn't or couldn't, right? And the base form of the verb. And all of these sentences we just corrected are to be used within real situations. Last part, I think it is the last, no, it is, let me see. Okay, it says, change the sentences to the second conditional, keeping a similar meaning. For example, the original sentence says, I don't have enough money so I can go with you. So this is something real. How can I change it? Using the second conditional, well, with the same meaning, with the similar meaning. For example, if I had enough money, I will go with you. What does this mean? That I don't have money, so I'm not going with you. Next example, she doesn't have a black belt, so she can join our division of karate. If she had a black belt, she could join our division of karate. Let's do this together. Letter A, it says, they will like that golf course because it's so busy. So let's start with the, how can we start this? The subject is they, so we can start with they. They what?
If they won't.
They, how are they? According to this sentence, how are they?
They were.
They were what?
What is the question? Sorry, I didn't listen to you.
Okay, it says here, they won't like that golf course because it's so busy. According to this sentence, what is their situation? How are they? So if they were in what? They weren't. How can I use this?
Yes, is they would.
I can use would with if.
If we can change the sentence like if the
okay,
if
they
the
would
course,
like this. They would.
if the course wasn't so busy, we can play golf. No, if
okay, but we're not talking about the course. We're talking about they. They what? They will what?
They will like to play. They will like
they will like that golf course.
If they wasn't so busy.
If they weren't.
Okay,
if they weren't so busy. This is exactly the same, but with other words, using the second conditional. One more. Letter B says, I don't know because I'm not you. So, how can I say basically the same, but using the second conditional?
If I were you, I would not know.
Very good. If I were you, I will know. Excellent.
If what? If I were you, I will.
If I were you, I will know. But I don't know because I'm not you. Yes, you see? Okay. Letter C, it says, she is pregnant so that sure will not hurt her. So how can we change it? Using the second conditional with the similar meaning.
If she were pregnant.
Yeah,
No.
she were pregnant.
If she weren't pregnant, what?
Yes. If she were pregnant,
If she weren't pregnant, that shirt would fit her.
Very good. That shirt would fit her. Excellent. Very good. Okay, now we have D, E, F, G, H. Oh my God, there are so many. There are a lot. Okay, let's do half of them together, and then the rest of them you'll do them by your own, okay? Because I will also want you to practice by your own. So letter D says, she's always cold, so she always wears a coat. So how can we imagine this situation with a similar meaning? What do you think?
If
Huh?
if she weren't cold,
If you weren't cold,
If she, that's like okay.
if you weren't cold, or if you weren't always
she
cold,
wouldn't wear a coat.
very good. She wouldn't wear a coat. Very good. Letter E. Letter E says, I don't like that music because I don't listen to punk. So how can I say basically the same? A little bit nicer, because I think it's nicer to say it with the second conditional. So I don't like that music because I don't listen to punk.
If I didn't listen to punk, I will like the music.
But it says in here that she doesn't listen to punk. So here is negative. Maybe you
punk-
could give it a positive structure. In
if the
sentence.
punk, if
Uh-huh.
the punk.
Keep thinking, keep thinking. Gabriela, you have been so quiet. Do you have any idea?
No, teacher.
No, because you're not understanding, or because you don't know this sentence?
Yes, I understand, but I don't have enough imagination.
Okay. So this sentence says, I don't like that music because I don't listen to punk. So what do you think? If, let's say, I will listen to punk if what?
If I would like it.
If I would like it. No, but I can say well with if. If I liked, I will listen to punk if I liked it. Yes. So let's say that as an advice, or for example, if the original sentence is affirmative, maybe if I give it in the second conditional a negative structure, makes sense. And if it is affirmative and I give it a negative structure in the second conditional, makes sense. For example, letter F, you shouldn't do that. What do you think could be here? This is an
if
advice.
I were you,
Uh-huh.
I will do it.
But it says you shouldn't.
Okay, you,
If I were you,
I won't do that.
I wouldn't do it. Uh-huh. I wouldn't do that because it's an advice. It's the same, but in different words. Okay, G, this is the last I'm gonna do with you, and the rest of them, I'll give you time or chance for you to do it by your own. It says, I don't get a helmet because I don't ride my bike very fast. I don't need a helmet. So, what do you think could be? Because I don't ride my bike very fast.
if
Perfect.
I ride my bike very fast,
If
I would
what is the past tense of ride?
rode.
If I rode my bike very fast, what would I do?
I will need a helmet.
Very good. I will need, or I will wear a helmet. Huh? Perfect. Okay, we have from H to M. I'm going to ask you to please do it, give it a chance. Let me do it by your own. And then we're gonna check and compare your answers, okay? To see if all of you wrote the same or if they're similar or what did you write, okay? If you have a question or something over here, so finish the exercise, please, according to what you think it's the same, but using the second conditional. How much time do you need, guys? How you're
2
doing?
minutes.
Okay.
Done, teacher.
Me too.
Okay, great. Let's start. In case you haven't finished, we can help each other. So it says in here, I can get money because the bank is closed. So how can I say this with different words, imagining using the second conditional? Who wants to tell me?
Me.
Okay,
If
go ahead.
the bank were open, I will have money.
Ah, very good. If the bank were open, I could get money. Is that what you said?
If
I will have money or get money. Got money.
I will.
I could, ¿cómo se puede decir de otra manera? How you can say it?
I could get money. I could get money, or I will have money. Okay, next one says, I am not hot because I am in the shade. So I'm not hot because I'm in the shade. How
If
can
I were not in the shade, I will be hot.
If I weren't in the shade, I would be hot. Very good. Jay says, I don't want a roommate because my apartment is too small. So,
If my apartment were bigger, I would have a roommate.
excellent.
I would,
If my apartment were bigger, I will have a roommate. Very good. Okay, letter K. It says the country is rich because it has a lot of natural resources. So,
If the country weren't
if the country weren't
have a lot of resources, will be poor.
I think weren't is not the auxiliary we need.
The country had a lot of natural.
Yeah, if the country had a lot of natural resource, it would not rich.
Haven't.
Had it.
But it's basically the same because it's real. Here it's saying that the country is rich because it has a lot of natural resources. So if the country what?
If the country had not.
doesn't.
Hasn't is not what I need. I need the
Because
if the country had a lot of natural resources, it will be rich.
But you're saying the same. The real is that the real part is that the country has natural resources. That's why it's rich.
Yes.
How can I say the opposite?
Okay, if the country doesn't have a lot of resources, will be poor.
Didn't. If the country didn't have, a lot of natural resources, ¿qué pasaría si no tuviera estos recursos? If the country didn't have a lot of natural resources, what?
It would be poor. It would be a poor country.
If the country didn't have,
It wouldn't be rich.
it wouldn't be rich. It wouldn't be rich or it would be poor. It wouldn't be rich or it will be poor. It will be poor. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, next it says, you should buy that shirt. This is an advice, so I have to take it like with my feeling from my point of view. How would I say it?
If I were you, I will buy that shoe.
If I were you, I will buy that shirt. Good. And the last one says, he is here because he wants to learn English. So, what would be the opposite using the second conditional?
He wasn't here if he wouldn't want to learn English.
Can you repeat it, please, to write it?
He wasn't here if he wouldn't want to learn English.
Okay, let's read your sentence. He wasn't here if he wouldn't want to learn English. Quiero que revises dos cositas aquí. Probably the first one is that we cannot use if with would. So,
If you can say it like, if he won't want to learn English, he won't be here.
entonces sería he wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be here if he what?
If he want to learn English. If wouldn't.
Wouldn't, no puedo poner ni will ni wouldn't.
Okay, if
Porque tengo if.
he won't, if he wouldn't be here if he doesn't want to learn English.
Past tense. Doesn't is present. What is the past tense? He wouldn't be here if he. I need the past tense here. Necesito un auxiliar negativo que me ayude a decir.
Didn't learn English.
He didn't. He wouldn't be here if he didn't want to learn English. What does it mean? That he is here because he wants to learn English. See? Good?
Yes.
Okay. Siempre keep that in mind again. If with past tense, result class with would or could in the base form. Okay, next, and the last part. Yes, this is the last part. It's a little long, but it's very worth it. Okay, so it says, read the questions and write a second conditional sentence to mean a no answer. For example, do you think I should go? I wouldn't go if I were you. Entonces tengo que dar una respuesta como si fuera no, pero usando el second conditional, okay? I wouldn't go if I were you. Next one, can you give me a ride? I could give you a ride if I had a car. This is no, no te puedo dar a ride because I don't have a car. Let's try to answer together. Do you understand English newspapers? How can we say no, but using the second conditional?
I will understand the English newspaper if I
If I what?
If I no knows to read, or how do you say?
Past tense, I would understand English newspapers. If I what? You need to change it into past. If I
Knows
past tense.
news
no,
news
Knew. If I
Knew.
knew.
if I knew
English.
English.
Very good. What does it mean? That I don't understand, right? I would
Yeah.
understand if I knew English. Very good.
Maybe something
be
like right
said.
now.
Huh?
Maybe something like right now. No, es cierto.
It says, will you come to the party tonight? How would you say no, but using the second conditional?
I wouldn't go to the party if I had time, or
I will go to the party.
if I have time.
If I had time. Very good. If I had time. Very good. Letter C. Do you wear makeup? How would you say no? You were very active and now you're very quiet. Carlos is the only one answering. So, Toman, I want to hear you. How would you say no using the second conditional to this question? Do you wear makeup?
I will make makeup
I will wear makeup.
if I had it.
If I had it. Very good. Next. Do you have any paper? How will you say no using the second conditional?
Paper.
Do you have any paper?
If
Okay, if what?
if I will have any paper, I will.
If I had any
If
paper.
I have any paper, I will write out later.
This means no, I don't have paper. Because I'm telling you, if I had, I will write a letter. Okay, letter E. Can I borrow some money? This person is asking you for money. How do you say no using the second conditional? So, can I borrow some money? Christian, Gabriela, Manuel, Mendivi, how do you say no, Carlos?
I will borrow money
you.
if I had it.
I will lend you.
Lend you.
I'm going to explain. If I had some. Para pedirlo sería borrow. May I borrow something? Sería como que may I borrow, tomarlo. Y ya sería lend, la persona que presta.
Te lo presto.
Ajá.
Ah,
Okay, F. Will you study tonight? Will you say no, but using the second conditional?
I will study tonight if I have enough time.
Very good. I will study tonight if I had enough time. Perfect. Will you marry me?
I will make the same mistake again, something like that.
Okay.
Porque se
I
ríen
think the
todos.
same.
But that is real. What you said is real. I won't. So I need you to imagine.
I will marry with you if
Okay, I will
marry
marry you
If I had crazy.
If I had what? If I were crazy. Okay. Kind of rude, but well, okay. The structure is good.
It's a joke.
Okay. Do you like the teacher? I'll try not to take it personal. So how will you answer?
It's something about the same. I would like the teacher if she was
She were?
if she were funny with us, something like that. If she were
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Not personal, not personal. It just
Okay. No, I told you I was not going to take it personal, so good. Okay. So I could see that you were a little confusing. You were a little confused, sorry, you were a little confused with the past tense, especially because the will part, I think that you got it, but you kind of still forget that you have to use the past tense with the if clause. So remember that if goes with the past tense. You are whenever you're gonna use this conditional, it must be for something imaginary. It means that it's not real. Okay. Remember that if you're gonna use a verb to be with the if part, with the if clause, it has to be always with where, not was. I mean, you could use it, and at the end, it's gonna be understandable. I mean, they're gonna understand what you're saying, but the correct way is to use where. Okay.
teacher,
All right.
like
Yes.
I can say like that. If I would have something to read, maybe I can understand better. So I'm more than I'm old person. I'm not young person. So I'm learn better if I read a little bit more. So if you had something to send to us, I can read this what I'm talking about the second conditional. For me it will be
Or
I can,
visual could be maybe a picture with like the explanation of it.
or maybe something like that. If you use this, you have to use this. If you use this, you have to use this. So if I read it, I can print it. If I read it, I will understand so easy. So
Okay, I'll try to send you something.
okay,
But
thank you.
that was not it. I mean, we're gonna keep practicing the second conditional, so maybe you feel better after these exercises. But I'll try to look for something that could be helpful for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so it says this is intended to be used as a review of the second conditional. Okay, the purpose of this activity is to make a strange and silly sentences in the second conditional. For example,
Where we are, teacher, where we are.
this is a 9-6 table speaking.
9-6, okay.
Table speaking here.
Okay.
It says, choose any box from the if column and make the first part of a second conditional sentence. For example, if I went to Europe, now choose any box from the would column and make the second part of the sentence. For example, if I went to Europe, I will make new friends. So I'm gonna connect them, I'm gonna match them. Finally, choose any box from the and column and finish the sentence and visit many different places. So it's mix and match. We're gonna mix and match to make sentences, okay? Let's start. Remember, this is randomly. It doesn't have to make that much sense. There are so many, as you can see. So you can choose one. If you are like in this page, you can like read them all. But I'll probably show you just the ones that I can, which are like till here. So tell me, and we don't have that much time, so maybe let's try with this one. Okay, Christian, make a match with using these sentences, please. Make a sentence using some of this.
If go to Europe,
I went to Europe. Remember to change
okay.
it.
If I went to Europe, I will make.
I will what?
Go to a nightclub.
Okay, I will go to a nightclub and
and have a party.
And have a party. It's in here? Ah, yeah, have a party.
Yeah.
Okay, if I went to Europe, I'll go to a nightclub and have a party. Okay, very good. Gabriela, what is your sentence? If
If I learn to cook,
I learn to cook,
I
I what?
I I would go shopping
I'll go shopping
and eat pizza.
and eat pizza. Okay, so your sentence was, if I learn to cook, I'll go shopping and eat pizza.
Oh, well,
It's
I
good. It's
don't
good.
know.
It doesn't have to make that much sense because we're just matching. But yeah, it's good. The structure was good. Okay, Manuel, what's your sentence?
If I get a tattoo, I will make a new friends and become famous.
Okay, if I got a tattoo, I'll make new friends and become famous. Okay, very good. Just because of a tattoo. Okay. Then David?
If I won the lottery,
If I won the lottery,
I would go traveling and visit many different places.
okay. What was the first part? If I won the lottery,
Yeah,
I would
go traveling
I will go to, and
visit many different places.
visit many different places. Okay, good. And Carlos, what about you?
If I become a famous rock star, I
Okay.
will sing a song, and I became famous.
Okay, if I became a famous rock star, I will sing a song and become famous again. Okay, more famous and become more famous. Okay, so it's we still have time. We have 4 minutes left. So I don't know, would you like to keep practicing this, or I think that it's better to continue next class because I have another class at 8, so we have only 3 minutes left, so it's not enough time.
That's okay.
I didn't ask you, but please submit the activity, the one that we were answering about the second conditional. So, well, we're gonna continue next class. Remember, the last 30 minutes will be used for the exam. Okay, so please be here. In case that you cannot be here, let me know so I can send you the exam and you can answer it where you are. Okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay, so then see you Thursday. Have a nice evening.
You
Bye.
See you.
Teacher,
Bye.
see you.
Bye.
Bye.